David es físico de la Universidad Hebrea de Jerusalén, tiene una maestría en estudios estratégicos y de seguridad de la Universidad de Tel Aviv y es el fundador y CEO de Balcony y actualmente nos acompaña en esta sesión. Adelante, David.
So hi everybody, it's a pleasure to be here. And I'd like to use those 15 minutes to present Balcony and how Balcony is supporting humanitarian operations across the world. In 2 words, Balcony, what it is it's a messaging platform that, if you would take, if you think of it like if WhatsApp had a baby with Waze, the navigation tool, the baby would be Balcony. So Balcony is actually a messaging platform that is location aware, which means it allows information to be routed and to be received by people on the ground based on their location, not only based on their contact information, which basically means that it allows to have to empower the flow of mission critical information within an organization, within a complex campaign or a complex operation, ensuring that the right people get the right information at the right time. The infrastructure behind it, or the platform behind it, it includes, it's a fully hosted cloud-based communication tool. It merges messaging, geospatial information, so GIS, analytics, AI, augmented reality, all of this into a very, into a very simple to use platform to empower an organization. The elements that are the baselines for Balcony, there's a dashboard. Dashboard is the place where the decision makers, the managers, the people in charge can actually see where things are happening, where people are, where communications are coming from, understand dynamic situations that are developing on one hand. The other side is a Balcony app. It's it has a full messaging multimedia functionality, exactly like WhatsApp, only it has 2 major differentiators compared to WhatsApp. First of all, it's spatially aware. So every message is location specific, is time-stamped, so that you know exactly where it comes from and what's the context of a message. Secondly, it's privacy by design because of the fact that it shares location. So the app, it was designed privacy by design. Basically, you can populate a very large user base in case of an emergency without asking for any contact information. All you need to do as a user is download the app, share location, and you're part of the network. So it's designed to enable a very efficient, fast deployment to areas where there's a need in case of a humanitarian crisis or emergency response, and at the same time keep full privacy of the users on the network. So very different than the normal messaging solutions. There's also a capability of what we call the bridge. The platform is built to communicate not only within Balcony, but also outside of Balcony. So messages coming in, insights that are being built within the platform can be shared on SMS and email, etc. Now, the platform itself was built, and I'll show in a few seconds some screens and exactly how it works. But it was built to really support the whole life cycle of an event in real time. So maybe unlike Riwi that is gathering information in order to build insight over time, Balcony is designed to support the now. So really understand the situation and immediately react and immediately affect the outcome by managing, by orchestrating the operation. And the functionalities are the whole, basically they cover the whole scope of the decision-making process, from understanding something's happening to gathering more information, to alerting, to instructing, to taking action, to receiving back insight of what's going on, and to make sure that the results are done. So that's the notion of the functionality. Now here I'm going to play a video of how it looks like in real time. So on the right, we see a user downloading the app. All they need is to enable location share in order to be part of the network. And from that moment on, they can be communicated with and see and get location-based information, or report and provide location-based information. On the left side, so it takes exactly a minute. On the left side, we see here the dashboard where we have a new user that just popped up on the map. And that user is the mobile user. And now a decision maker can select an area and selectively communicate with the people there. So think of it like basically building an ad hoc WhatsApp group of the people that are in a specific location, so that information can be routed and immediately you engage the people at the very specific location. The engagement is multimedia, so it can be text, can be imagery, can be video, can be voice. You can also pin information to the map so that people walking into that area will receive it once they get in, right? So here we see the exchange on the right and on the left of a remote manager and the user on the ground, right? So this is how it looks. It looks like basically the manager immediately understands the situation, puts everything into context, and there's a full back and forth exchange that is feasible. One of the functionalities that we have also is really to transform such an event into a very tactical, for example, evacuation effort, or deploy a sort of ad hoc referral network. So such an event, for example, somebody needs help, you can immediately geo-forward it to somebody in the area that can help, right? So there's a lot of functionality to leverage the geo-communication capability. And I'll just quickly jump into this slide. Some of the functionalities that we mentioned actually uses AI and analytics. So the notion is that when you reach out for information, sometimes the information is large. So the balcony is built to mass orchestrate, even if you have hundreds and thousands of people on the ground. And those people can be employees, can be volunteers of an NGO, can even be the population itself. And so the notion here is that even when we communicate with thousands of people, then we have analytics that will embed, that will kick in order to facilitate understanding a complex situation. In this case, we have 3D identification of where answers are coming from and the specific answers are coming from to allow the understanding of such a situation. And then just show some operational examples, a tactical routing to a specific location using AR and mapping embedded into the messaging solution, right? So for example, if you want to explain a volunteer or to explain a health worker where to go in a place where there's no address, just dragging and dropping a point on the map and routing the person there as part of the conversation is much more effective than trying to explain by text or voice. So that's just an example of embedded mapping and AR within the application. We also have structured reports. So you can basically generate structured reports about a location as a user on the ground. And that is, of course, a geo-reference timestamped. So it will show on the dashboard in real time. In case of no communications, the app can work in offline mode. So information can be provided offline. And I think the last thing I want to show here is the ability to populate the large user base very, very fast. So this is just an example of a stadium, but the notion is that you can invite people to the network. It can be all of your humanitarian employees that just deployed to Ukraine, for example, or the whole task force that is now in charge of doing a vaccination campaign. Or the actual population that needs to be evacuated in an extreme situation, and you can really invite them very easily to join the situational network. So now you can see where people are and you can understand what situations are. So I'll end by here. I think Ziton, we're up on time, right?